How did Boris Yeltsin's stand impact the 1991 coup? Imagine a moment when the future of a superpower hung in the balance. That was the scene in August 1991, when hardline Soviet officials tried to take control. They detained Mikhail Gorbachev and declared a state of emergency, aiming to stop reforms and keep the Soviet Union intact. But then Boris Yeltsin stepped into the spotlight. As president of the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic, he saw this as a threat to the reforms that had already begun. Yeltsin didn't stay quiet. Instead, he climbed atop a tank outside the Russian White House in Moscow and called on people to resist. His bold act became a symbol of defiance and inspired thousands to stand up against the coup. Yeltsin's words and actions motivated many military units to switch sides, refusing to support the hardliners. This was a turning point because it weakened the coup leader's grip on power. Yeltsin also issued an edict that gave him control over military and security forces in Russia, further undermining the coup's authority. Within just 3 days, the coup leaders lost their momentum and collapsed. But the damage was done. Gorbachev's position was badly damaged, and the Soviet Union's unity was crumbling. Yeltsin's stand didn't just stop the coup, it set in motion the end of the Soviet Union. From a communist point of view, this was a huge blow. The coup was an effort by conservative communists to keep the old system alive, resisting reforms like perestroika and glasnost that aimed to modernize the economy and society. Yeltsin's resistance showed that the reform movement was stronger than the hardliners. It also exposed deep divisions within the Communist Party and the Soviet government. After the coup, Yeltsin took bold steps, banning Communist Party activities on Russian soil. This was a clear break from the old socialist system. The chaos that followed led to the creation of the Commonwealth of Independent States and the official dissolution of the Soviet Union later that year. So, Yeltsin's stand was more than just a moment of bravery. It was a decisive move that helped end the Soviet Union's communist rule and open the door to new political and economic paths. His actions are seen as a key reason the world's largest communist state fell apart, making way for Russia's shift toward capitalism and independence. In the end, his resistance marked the final chapter of Soviet communism and the start of a new era for the former Soviet republics.